And now, your Billy Wood Honda forecast first.
Round of noisy showers and storms late last night into this morning. Some of those storms severe, and then the line really kind of evolving into a heavy rain issue through the early part of the day. We did see some brief clearing, but now we've got some mid-level clouds making their way back through. Also keeping tabs on a few isolated thunderstorms across western Arkansas. Most of those are on a weakening trend. We'll look for lows tonight to fall into the mid-60s, but areas of fog could be an issue overnight and through the early parts of the day tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies for your Tuesday with daytime highs in the mid-80s. That's your forecast. First, NBC 10 News at 5 starts now.
Live from the NBC 10 Broadcast Center, this is your ArkLaMiss news source. Voted best weather and home of the live storm tracker Doppler radar. This is NBC 10 News, live at 5.
Coming up, our Hannah Clark is in the studio to talk about National Military Children's Month. We'll hear from a local family about what being a part of the National Guard means to them. And we take a look at a news report that reveals how well Louisiana is prepared for the upcoming hurricane season. Plus, AG Murrell and Governor Landry file a lawsuit against the Biden administration. We'll give you those details. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kyla Scott. Our top story tonight, severe weather hit the ArkLaMiss last night. As a result, residents of Taylor, Arkansas woke up this morning to some serious damage. The storms moved into the area yesterday evening and continued through much of the night. The town of Taylor was hit hard with downed trees and power lines. Emergency responders say most of the calls they got were from drivers in accidents. Sheriff Leroy Martin says he hopes next time bad weather hits, more people will stay home.
When you drive, especially at night with low visibility, make sure you take your time for the next few days so they can cut the trees out of the road. The trees will sometimes camouflage themselves into the road and you really can't see. So we have a lot of accidents last night from trees being down. So just be careful.
Now, no injuries were reported in Columbia County last night. If you see trees or power lines down, call your local sheriff's office. Remember, do not touch down power lines as they might still be live and could cause serious harm. Continuing our storm coverage at this hour, the area around Lake Erling in Lafayette County, Arkansas was hit hard by last night's storm. Downed trees hit power lines and homes. One family had to rush to save their 9-year-old son from a fallen tree. They say minutes after getting a weather alert about a possible tornado, a tree fell through the roof and straight into their son's bedroom, pinning him underneath. The father then lifted the roof up just in time for the mother to pull him out.
When I got in there, I didn't hear my son talking at all. I guess that's kind of what the adrenaline kicked in. And when I lifted the roof off of him, it was he was actually hollering, "God save me!" And when we got out, he acted fine. Like no bleeding, no bad damage.
The son was checked out at the hospital and was declared just fine, aside from some bruises and a mild concussion. Another tree fell through the kitchen moments after they got everyone out of the home. The family says the house is destroyed, but they feel lucky that everyone made it out alive. Meantime, the Bossier Sheriff's Office says a man died last night as a result of those storms. Sheriff Julian Whittington says there was a power outage in Plain Dealing and a 69-year-old man died after his oxygen machine stopped working. Deputies say there were no suspicious circumstances and the man was under hospice care. And more out of your weather station, a new study shows Louisiana is improving when it comes to hurricane preparedness. The ranking puts the state at the top 5 in the nation for the first time in history. Kai Price tells us more.
Insurance Institute of Business and Home Safety released a report showing Louisiana moved into the top 5 states for hurricane preparedness. In fact, Louisiana is one of the most improved states. Researcher Ian Jamenko says Louisiana is making progress on withstanding damage from storms.
Louisiana, one, adopted the latest building codes, the 2021 International Residential Code, but also made some pretty good strides to gain some more points. They've increased their building code official training program, and that's done wonders to push them into the top 5 for the very first time. With help from the Insurance Institute of Business and Home Safety, the state of Louisiana created the Fortify Homes program. That program gives up to $10,000 to homeowners who strengthen their roofs to fight against hurricane force winds. If we can put this program in and sustain it for the years to come, we can maintain a very healthy private insurance market, and that's actually the best for all of us.
The Louisiana Security and Emergency Preparedness Director Jock Thibodeau says with hurricane season just a couple of months away, it's important for residents to prepare now.
The chance of a storm hitting us is always pretty high, and we've learned a lot of lessons going back all the way to Katrina and Rita, and then Gustav and Ike, and then most recently Laura, Delta, Zeta, and now Hurricane Ida. What we emphasize to everyone is always have a plan. As a state agency, we are well versed and well linked to all the 64 parishes and all the municipalities out there. If you hear an elected official give you advice, please make sure you take heed and everyone be safe for hurricane season.
Now to an update on a story we covered over the weekend. A crash involving an 18-wheeler sadly claimed the life of a Dubach police officer. NBC 10's Haley Hines tells us more on this heartbreaking story.
The town of Dubach is mourning the loss of 51-year-old Russell Croxton, who was tragically killed during a routine traffic stop. On Saturday, April 27th, Russell Croxton was performing a traffic stop in the right northbound lane of Highway 167 in Dubach, Louisiana, when his marked vehicle was struck by a 18-wheeler. The impact caused the vehicle to rotate, resulting in it striking Croxton. He was transported to a nearby hospital where, sadly, he succumbed to his injuries. We spoke with Dubach's chief of police on the tragic incident.
The people are hurting. It's a tremendous loss, not just an officer, but an exceptional human being.
Croxton served the Dubach community for over 12 years as a police officer and once held the position of chief of police. But above all else, he was known for being a family man. Chief Dufour spoke on what he wants known about safety during traffic stops.
Have a little respect and you know, just a little common sense. If you see something, give them some room. Let them do their job.
To commemorate the life of Officer Croxton, the honor flag, which was flown during 9/11, will be present at his funeral. The flag travels across the country to show respect to America's fallen heroes.
And it means a lot. It means a lot to the town. It means a lot to Officer Croxton. It's going to mean a lot to his family. And we're very honored, and we want to thank them for making the effort to be here.
Reporting in Dubach, Louisiana, for your ArkLaMiss News Source, I'm Haley Hines.
Switching gears to crime news, a Ruston pastor is arrested on obscenity and several drug charges. On Thursday night, Pastor Kenneth Sapp of Pleasant Grove Baptist Church allegedly exposed himself to an undercover officer. According to police, Sapp was in possession of marijuana, meth, multiple glass pipes, a pill bottle, and a handgun. His charges include obscenity and 5 different drug charges. Be sure to tune in to NBC 10 News tonight at 10 as our Maya Hudgens joins us with more details on this case. In other news, a search continues today for a suspect accused in a deadly shooting in Monroe on Friday. It happened just after noon in the 2900 block of Barrington Drive. The man who was shot later died at the hospital. Police named Brandon Hubbard as the suspected shooter. If you've seen Hubbard, please call Monroe Police at the number on your screen. To our state capitol, Attorney General Liz Muriel and Governor Jeff Landry announced a lawsuit against the Biden administration. They want to stop new rules being added to Title IX that give protections to transgender students that they feel put women in harm's way. Capitol reporter Shannon Hecht brings us the latest.
Attorney General Liz Muriel says that this new rule from the Biden administration guts Title IX, but advocates say that it just offers protections for transgender students. The new rule mandates that schools provide protections against discrimination to include issues related to gender identity. Teachers would have to use a student's preferred name and pronouns, and students would also be allowed to use locker rooms and bathrooms that align with their identity. The lawsuit says it is discriminatory against biological women.
Do not comply.
State Superintendent Kay Brumley says it's a government overreach. Muriel said that it is wrong that the over $2 billion in federal money that the state receives could be at risk for not wanting to follow the rule. Advocates for transgender youth say that they are a vulnerable population who needs these protections.
We know that this is affecting students negatively. It is increasing all of the negative statistics, increasing suicidality.
When asked about the challenges that transgender students face, Muriel said that it could be addressed, but her priority is protecting biological women.
I don't think that means that we have to deny what the effect of this rule is for biological women and on Title IX. I mean, it's just apples and oranges.
She would not offer instances when a transgender student posed a threat to another student, claiming that she was told stories in confidence. Louisiana is joining 3 other states in this lawsuit, and they expect more school boards across the country to join in. At the Capitol for your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.
Well, here at NBC 10, we want to know, are you in favor of Title IX? Scan that QR code on your screen or visit myarklamiss.com/vote and let us know. We'll have those results at the end of the show. Now, keep in mind, tickets are on sale for the 2024 St. Jude Dream Home. Over 75% of those tickets have already sold, so get yours fast. This year's home is being built on over an acre of land in Sterlington's new Desir Trace subdivision. The home will have 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and is valued at $450,000. Visit dreamhome.org or call 800-726-9874 to reserve your ticket today. When we return, we'll hear from a local family as we recognize National Military Children's Month. Stay with us.
After some very soggy showers and storms across the area late last night into this morning, probably hard pressed to get a lot done across the area, but we'll give you 2 green check marks on the mowing forecast before the pattern gets a little bit more unsettled later this week. Full look at the forecast as NBC 10 News at 5 continues.